Well, a disappointing defeat today, especially as we started the game so well today.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, I don't read it in the National League paper. So for me, it's about what you do in both boxes. Andrew Davis was clinical in the manner in which he finished the first goal, clinical in the manner in which he finished the second goal. It's probably a lapse in concentration on Connor Smith's part for the first on the corner, didn't deal with a short corner. And then Femi's done ever so well to shut down Nico Muir, and I have to look at that in terms of where are we defending it, because Champ's isolated on the back post, Andrew Davis drags him around, scores the goal, centre of the goal, and I've got to look where Manny and Jamal Fifield are. But listen, I said to the group, at no stage have they not worked hard, at no stage have they quit on each other. And this is a tough period, we've lost 4 on the bounce, no one's going to hide from it. I'm not in a position where I'm going to shirk responsibility. We need to work harder as a group, as a collective. Myself, Cameron Moyer, James Courtnidge, the players. But I believe in this group. I believe in what we got under the bonnet. And today, I felt that large periods of the game we were good. I thought for 36 minutes we were honed in their half, penned them in. They didn't have they had the 2 good opportunities with the breakaway. But other than that, it was very much us on the front foot. And yeah, listen, we got to dust ourselves down. We've got a big week now. Maidenhead coming to our place on Saturday, and we all know what Dev's sides are like. They're relentless, they're unforgiving, and we need to make sure that we apply ourselves to our maximums, try and get points on Saturday.
As you mentioned, both the goals did come from balls into the box, and while that's obviously frustrating as a manager and a manager who prides himself on his strong defence, it's something you can work on in the training ground, isn't it?
Listen, you lose Dave Stevens on a Thursday, add that to Mark Ricketts, Angelo Balanta, Danny Woodards, Rico. There's 5 already that would force me into playing them. Dave Stevens is colossal. Dave Stevens is massive at this level. He's a linchpin in terms of what he does through that central role. And you've gone and played Champ, who's been massive for us. Manny Parry, who's been a big signing. Jamal Fifield, another big signing, but that's the first time they played together. Add that to Eliu Balcom going in as a replacement for Ryan Haddart. So I'm not looking for any excuses. No, not good enough on the goals today. Nowhere near good enough. You're paid to keep clean sheets. That's something that I asked from them, and we didn't deliver on that. But you've got to be realistic in where we're at. We've lost 6 players in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and you look at my bench with young Illyman, young Alex Morgan, young Jack Gibbs, and Sorba's gone and started today, and I thought he was fantastic at times. He played it like a wide boy, pinning down Kitchen, and for me, it's about staying together, making sure this group grows, making sure we don't implode and cave in, because we need to make sure that the first half performance can be the catalyst for us kicking on. And listen, we go to Maidenhead, we go and win back-to-back games, no one's going to remember the 4 losses on the bounce, and that's something that I've got to remain positive on, and that's something that myself and Cameron are going to be upbeat on Monday to get a group at it come Saturday.
But you didn't just use the abilities of Dave Stevens and the height of Dave Stevens, you lost the leadership skills of our club captain, not to mention the fact our team captain, Mark Ricketts, is also out.
Yeah, listen, Matthew Bates has got injuries, Darren McMahon's got injuries, Sam Ricketts at Wrexham's got injuries, everyone's got injuries. I'm not saying at any stage that we're not the only club in the National League that got injuries or suspensions, but they're key injuries. Can't hide away from that, they are key injuries, and when they're back they'll give us a little bit more strength. But the boys that have gone in ain't quit on me, the boys that have gone in ain't delivered up on performances. I thought Connor Smith done okay, I thought Kieran Murtagh was different in terms of his role as a deep line in midfielder, and at times he ships out. But listen, them 11 players, including Shaber, that come on the park, give me everything today, give this football club everything today, and at no stage did we roll over and die, and that's something that I questioned after the half at Harrogate, because to concede the manner in which we did with the Ryan Haddart goal and then to ship the third, I felt that we stayed in the game today. We had a great little moment with Gozi Agwu, a second moment with Connor Smith that more possibly should hit the target. Josh Amir goes through and should dink him as opposed to trying to find the corner. So there's loads of positives, loads and loads of positives. It's a tough time. You've lost 4 on the bounce, and saying that I'm not shirking away from, I'm taking full responsibility for it. But like I said, I'm built of bigger and tougher stuff than losses of football. And for me, it's about really working on where we're strong, where we can get stronger. And myself and Cameron have got a full week to get them ready for Maidenhead.
Kieran Murtagh seemed to take on more of the Mark Ricketts role today. Is that something you talked about beforehand?
He has to, I've got to be honest. He's a bright footballer. Yeah, I've got the shackles on him. You can see that he wants to go and break lines, wants to go and be powerful and strong with his runs, and that's something that he does when he's got his mate alongside him. But unfortunately, you lose Dave Stevens, Tom Champ's equivalent of Mark Ricketts. So Champlin has to drop back in at right side centre half, and Kieran's limited to a sitting role, and he's a great footballer, very talented footballer, and we've got a talented group. I still believe in the group, I still believe in my recruitment, I still believe in where we're going as a football club. So, listen, we've got to roll our sleeves up as a group. We've got to make sure that we don't turn on each other, which they haven't, and you see that in this first 36 minutes today. I felt we was the only team in it, and look, we've come to Hartlepool. We should have won 3 or 4 last year. We've lost 2-0 this year. That ain't going to define us. We've got a big week to deal with Maidenhead, and hopefully we can get maximum points come Saturday.
One change that wasn't forced today was Ellery Balcom in goal. How do you feel he done?
Done okay. It's tough for the pair of them. I had a good conversation with Ryan Hudd at the start, and when you've got 2 number ones of the calibre of them two, could you say you're only a poor performance away from being dropped? And Ryan, pretty aggrieved at the start, maybe a little bit upset, as I quite rightly expect him to be, because you want to play football matches, but his mate's gone in today, we've shipped 2 goals. Can I say he's the responsibility? No. I've got the England under-20 goalkeeper and I've got the England C goalkeeper. I'm not being funny, not many clubs can boast them two, and I back the pair of them. I think they're both phenomenal. They're going to have very good careers above and beyond the National League. I think they've got great credentials in terms of where they're going as young men, and they're learning. Ryan Hudd hasn't kicked a ball in anger at any level really until he's come to us, and likewise with Ellery. So they're learning when they get dropped, the lessons of dealing with it, the lessons of going in after being out for 3 or 4 games. So yeah, look, I've got 2 fantastic goalkeepers. They go on international duty this week, which is fantastic for me to say, and I'll look forward to going to watch Ryan at Leighton Orient on Wednesday.
Now I've got a week to work on things for Maidenhead, and I imagine it'll be quite a tough week for the lads in terms of the preparation you're putting in and how hard they're working.
Yeah, we're going to play bubble football Monday, Thursday, Friday, so we don't get no injuries. I've got to be honest. We've got a limited squad at the minute, so I've got to be very cautious in terms of what I do with them. It may be a lot of classroom sessions, analyst sessions, and where we're going, because we've done a lot of travelling. Us and Sutton were the only team that went Saturday, Tuesday that week after the Iron Brew Cup, so there's a lot of things that I've got to take into consideration in regards to this week. But listen, I'm excited by this group. I'm still passionate about my job and this football club, and I believe in what I've got in that dressing room. So for me, this week's going to be about building something and progressing from where we've been the last 4.
What a great experience for those young lads on the bench though.
I said it to him afterwards, you need to really, really start identifying where you're at, because you've just sat on a bench against Hartlepool 18 months ago that was a League 2 side, and they should be listening to everything that's being said. They should be looking at everything that's going on the pitch, because they play the exact same shape as what the first team do. So they should be seeing what a Kieran Murtaugh's doing in terms of if you're an Illy man, what a Shebu, an Amira or a Gozayuga were doing if you're Alex Morgan in the back 3 if you're Jack Gibbs. So great learning curve for them. They understand that 3 points means something. It has to mean something. So I'm hoping they take that and they run with that in terms of the under-19s when they go back to work on Wednesday.